Hi, and welcome to Love is Crafting.
Love is crafting.
I'm Tila.
And I'm Stanton.
And if you're new to our channel, thanks for checking us out. And if you're returning, thanks for the support.
What we do on this channel is we take you through crafting and DIY projects that are real, but not necessarily perfect, because
love isn't perfect. We have a goal to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but we need your help.
Would you consider subscribing to the channel? We post new videos every Saturday.
And in this video, we will be etching on glass using Armour etch cream.
Yes, if you saw our video last week, we etched on metal. And since this is just a simple cream, seems like it should be a lot easier. But only problem is you can only etch on glass with it.
Well, you can always show your support for the channel by liking,
commenting,
and subscribing.
Love is crafting.
Love is crafting. You want to start off by creating a stencil. We have a Cricut, so I use my Cricut to create our stencil, but you can pretty much use anything with an adhesive back to cut your design, or just use scissors or even a sticker or anything like that. But for us, we have the Cricut, so I whipped up a quick design in Cricut Design Space. Okay, so let's jump right into it. We have our wine glass. We have our Armour etch cream. We have a paintbrush. I probably would have liked maybe a foam brush, but this is what I had, so we're gonna try that. And I have my decal here. So we already cut it on our Cricut. We cut it on just regular vinyl. And when you cut it, because I want just the inside of my image, I'm going to cut a square around here and then just only weed out the middle and keep the border. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that border. So you'll be able to see it better once I weed it. But we're just gonna cut around our image so that there's a border. And then we are just only going to weed in the inside of our image. Just like that. So for me, what I want is I want to etch just the spade, okay? So I have my border. The lines could probably be a little cleaner, but it's fine. We're gonna get some transfer tape and then we're gonna put it on here and then we're gonna apply it to our glass. Okay, I went ahead and I grabbed two random things that I had in my kitchen, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this to hold the glass still so that I can apply the decal. This is just a little hack. You can use anything. I've seen people use pool noodles, but it's just a cup placeholder, and this is a wine glass, so it's not exactly stable, but it's going to stay put for what I'm needing it for. And I just need to be able to get it to stick on there, and then I don't need it to stay still anymore. So work on your placement. And get your glass to stay still. And I think I want it right about there. So now that I have it there, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start on the inside and work your way out. This is the best way to do it when you are working on curved, what do you call these? Curved surfaces, because they will bubble. And the good thing about this is I only need the outside portion, or the inside portion, but I still want to make sure that I'm getting everything flat. And it's not perfect, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we're gonna work with it. So start on the outside and then push to the edges, and you can lift up a little bit and then re-press it down and try to get out some of the wrinkles, because that's a pretty big one. But again, for this project, I'm not really worried about the wrinkles on the outside. I just want to get the image that's gonna be the inside the best. And so this is coming up a little bit, so I'm gonna try to pull it up and adjust it. But you know, whenever you're working with vinyl, it is a little tricky to do. So there you go, push it down, then work from the outside, and then keep going. And this looks like it's gonna bubble up on me no matter what. That's frustrating, but we're gonna work with it. Okay, so work it the best that you can. I couldn't get it perfect, but I think I got it pretty good. You really want the edges to be as flat as possible, because you don't want any seepage when we apply the Armour Etch cream. So we don't want anything to get underneath the vinyl. So try your hardest to get it as pressed down as you can from there. All right, so the directions say that we're going to apply this to our surface and leave it on there for 5 minutes. That really doesn't seem like enough time for me, but we're gonna rock with it and see what happens. So I got my cream here, my cream, and then I'm going to, I think I'm just gonna pour it, a little bit of it, on the sticky note. Oh, hold on. Let's get a little bit of this out and pour it on the sticky note, because I don't want to keep on dipping my brush in here. Why? I'm not really sure, but I just feel like I shouldn't. So I'm just gonna put here, a little bit here, and go for it. Okay. So like I said earlier, I probably would have wanted some type of foam brush, but this is what I have, so this is what we're gonna work with. Now around the edges where it bubbles a little bit, I tried not to go over, but where it's not bubbled, it's good to go. And I'm kind of more patting it on rather than brushing, because you want to get a good coat of this on here. All right, we are going to leave it for 5 minutes and see how it does. All right, so it's probably been a little bit more than 5 minutes, probably more like 7 to 8, you know, because life. But let's see how it goes. Let's see. And I'm gonna be using probably cool water. Okay, so here it is, all rinsed off, and it etched, but it looks uneven. And I'm not a big fan of the unevenness, but you know, for here we're real, we're not perfect. So it looks streaky and uneven, and I think if I was using a foam brush, it wouldn't have done that as much. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to reapply it and see if I can even out some of that etching. All right, take 2. let's see if, maybe let's try a different approach. Instead of blotting it, let's try literally painting it on, painting a thin layer on. See, it's already coming out streaky, and I know that's because of the type of brush that I'm using. And I don't believe I have any other brush, so I definitely will recommend that you use a foam brush, because these bristles are not where it's at all whatsoever. It's leaving it super streaky and you can't get an even coating. So I think that's part of the problem, that I can't get an even coating. And like I said, it looks super, super streaky. So we're gonna see what we can do about that. So right now I feel like at least I have even streakiness. So let's see how that works and see if that helps it at all. And then we will know which way to do it better. Okay, so we're back, and it's been about 5 minutes. And what I think I noticed is if you look around the back and you hold it up to the light, you can kind of see where you didn't get really good coverage. So go back and kind of put some more on there. But we're just going to rinse it off and hope for the best. Okay, so I am going to pat this cup dry, so that I'm able to go ahead and take off the vinyl. When I look at the vinyl from the back, it looks like I might have gotten some underneath the actual vinyl, but I think it's gonna be okay. When I'm looking at this, it looks like it already turned out way better than the first time, way more consistent and smooth. So I'm hoping we got it with that. So overall, it turned out pretty good. I can say that right over here, this is where I had some bubbling. So it looks like I didn't get this area the best. So make sure that your edges are as flat as can be. And it started to seep out there. And maybe I just didn't cover it too well, or maybe I got some, I don't know. I don't know what happened to that spot. Other than that, I think it turned out pretty well. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and remember, love is